anticipated cooperation, and enjoy the game!
Hello, we're here.
Just to let our spectators know today that there is no spectator seating behind the team benches. That is no spectator seating behind the team benches. Thank you.
Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, hello, this is John Bacon reporting from Danbury High School. I'm here for the quarterfinal matchup of the 2018-2019 season. The Hornets are playing against Danbury.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd all please rise and remove any headgear that you may be wearing to help us honor America and to thank our servicemen and our servicewomen who at this very moment are preserving our freedoms and our very way of life.
So, East Hartford got here in the first round. They beat Fairfield. That was Fairfield, not Fairfield Ward. It was the other Fairfield team. They beat them 2-0. And then in the last round, they faced the number 3 seed, another Fairfield team, Fairfield Prep, and they won that game 3-0. And remarkably, the second game, the second round, seemed a lot easier than the first. They really came ready. The team has asked me not to post these videos on YouTube, or to post them unlisted, should I say, because they were under the impression that perhaps Fairfield Prep had prepared for them. They prepared a defensive shell to keep them in check. But they will still be posted, and I'll send out the link to anyone who's on our side. Danbury comes in here ranked 6th for the sake of this tournament. So far, East Hartford has faced only teams that are ranked higher than us, which is why we traveled to Fairfield twice and now to beautiful Danbury. Fortunately, the weather right now seems really, really nice, despite the fact that there was some ugly weather on the way. And I'm here with Coach Dominique from the girls team, and it's a nice setup here. We can stand up here easily, and have good sight. I'm not inside the press box, but I'd rather be out here anyway, as long as it's not freezing, and it isn't. Now, I was also told that in my last games I zoomed in and out a little bit too much. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay zoomed out a little bit more, because that's what the players want. And in the end, what they want is what really, really matters here. So up front, we have, oh geez, am I drawing a blank already? Robert Sam, and in the center, Emmanuel on the right. Robert Sam has scored 4 of the 5 goals in the playoffs so far. And also up front, I believe we have Wilbert. And then we have Anthony and Johan in the midfield. In back, we have Stella Guzman on the right, Joseph and Yao in the middle, and Dante Talamini on the left. And we're off. And the first play, Danbury did not do what they wanted to with it, so East Hartford will get the throw in. And it goes way downfield, and it will be a goal kick for Danbury. 0-0 here at the beginning of the first half. Short pass to the right, sends it long, makes it into midfield. East Hartford almost dispossesses them. It's in the back now. Yao controls the header, sends it to Anthony, back to Dante, who sends it forward to Wilbert. But it turns out to be another throw-in for East Hartford. To the center, Robert Sam touched it with his head. Couldn't control it. So far, the Hornets are doing a good job of keeping the ball in the opponent's field. Dante Talamini will do the throw-in. Robert Sam up there, always ready to pounce on that ball. Johan presses. Danbury needs to go back. They send a service toward the center. The pass connects. Yao steps forward, and then finally Julio steps forward and controls that ball. Long goal kick. Headed out of bounds by Danbury. Wilbert comes to the center, sends it to Johan. Anthony turns with it, goes in a little, sends it to the left for Dante, who shoots, and Emmanuel connects, and it hits the football goalpost, so the ball was out of bounds. The ball just bounced after the shot. Had this been regular grass, it might have gone in. Johan. Linesman had his hand up. He saw a handball off of Johan. Certainly not intentional, but yeah, it was away from his body. Sure, you should call that. Joseph steps forward with the ball, and then they lose it at midfield. Out of bounds, throw-in belongs to Danbury. We're looking at the yellow lines on the sideline, just like we did at the last game. Joseph plays with it a little bit and loses it out of bounds. Hey, senor.
How are you?
Fine. And we are joined here by Ram Abarasturia from City Council, who came to see the game. And I'm sure he'd love to do some of the play-by-play here. Perhaps not today. Ram also is a soccer player. He used to play in the Co-ed League. I remember refereeing his team. What was your team's name again?
TNT.
TNT. That was good 12 years ago, maybe?
That's it. Last time we were in the quarterfinals was in 91.
91, okay.
I was on that team. Soccer.
Oh, okay. So I just got some information. The last time that East Hartford made it to the quarterfinals in the state tournament was 1991, and Ram Abarasturia of City Council, Town Council fame, was on that team. And how did it go for you guys in the quarterfinal?
Lost 2-0 to Staples.
Okay.
But it was a good game.
They lost 2-0, but hey, that was great. So I am hoping. I'm glad that you have that record of being the team that made it there, but I hope this team goes beyond that.
Agreed. And much further.
And much further, yes. They had a really slow start this year. They started 1-4-2 or something unusual like that, and then they've just been on a tear ever since.
Same actually for us in 91.
Same for you? Yeah. Very slow start, but now they found themselves. I mean, the Hornet teams the last few years have dominated possession. The one thing that they've lacked is someone to put it in the net. And this year they have Robert Sam, who's just on fire. He scored in the last 2 games, 2 goals apiece. When they played Manchester, the last game I recorded, he also scored 2 goals. So, so Danbury resetting in the back. They're not able to make it through the Hornets. Johan loses as he tries to make it to the right-hand side. East Hartford goes back, and he was offside. I saw it, but more importantly, the assistant referee saw it. It's very easy for the referees to see the offsides on these fields because of the markings, the parallel markings that go across the field. They can see every 10 yards. Anthony goes down. He's fouled. Good place to send a free kick, not directly on goal, but perhaps as an assist. And somebody for Danbury is going to get a talking to. And I think I saw the captain's arm man on that guy, but I'm not sure. Makes it to Anthony, rebounds outside of the area. I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. When they're on the opposite side of the field, ooh, not that much. I'm really too far from the action. So far, neither team has really been able to put together any kind of long possession, although the Hornets have had the ball more. A nice steal on the left as I believe that's Garvin's, And he loses it. Nice tackle by the defender. Nicer still because both guys were still on their feet after the play. And Danbury has an opportunity, and Julio watches it go over the goal. He seems really, really too relaxed to play like that. I know he has a good eye, but gee whiz, man. At least act like you're going to go for it, you know? You're going to give us a heart attack out here. Both Julio and Joseph, both of whom are like, you know, the last defenders here, keep wanting to give me anxiety with their play. Oh, nice job. Robert gets some space. He's got speed, and then there was a foul. Thank you. It's hard to see what happens on this little screen. Yes. Fortunately, someone else was my eyes for that play because I was looking at the small screen, and I did not see a foul, but he did. Starford still has the ball, changes fields. Emmanuel's not able to make it to that one. Dante comes back for it, sends it to the middle. Bad choice. He did not see the orange and blue Danbury shirt there lurking behind his fellow player. Joseph steps up, sends it long. And there's a shoulder in the back to Wilbert. The referee thought that was clean. He started making a lot of progress on the left. It's Robert Sam with his speed again. Goes to the middle. Oh! He sent it to Johan. It was just right. And the Danbury defense stepped up appropriately. Anthony sends it in again. Almost making it through. So far, the Hornets are really taking it to Danbury. Joseph steps forward. I bet you coach is mad about that because he doesn't want him going that far forward. There goes Yao. Puts his head down, gets that ball. Joseph, who should be thinking about getting back any moment now. Johan. Down the wing to Emmanuel, who stopped. Anthony, back to Joseph. Sends it back to Anthony on the left, who serves to Wilbert, who's by himself against two players. He's angled off the play. 13 minutes have elapsed. 0-0 is the score here in the quarterfinal matchup of the 2018-19 tournament. And that was Joseph who touched it last, so it'll be a throw-in in East Hartford territory. And if they are able to do one of those long offensive throws, that would come in really handy right now. No, it's just going to be a short one, but it's into the area. Hornets send it out. And that was Johan who stepped forward. He was not going for the man, he was going for the ball, but he was rightly called for the foul. And this is the most dangerous position so far for Danbury. And from this distance, they could shoot right on goal. I have not seen that player shoot just yet. Nope, it's a pass, and Julio steps up. Robert Sam tries to send it forward. Pass is intercepted. And it's a throw-in. Was there anything else done on that play, Ron?
No, they were just, the referees were confused with
okay. It looks like he took out his hand really quickly, but I didn't see a card.
No, they were just confused on who's throwing.
Okay. I'm not sure that that's a cheerable play, but oh well. Anthony sends it right. Emmanuel is there. Loses it. Gustavo Guzman. He's got his man on the left. Danbury gets the throw in. You hear some objections from what I assume must be Hornet fans. Given a little bit of space here. They're having a little bit of time here on this. And they're not able to do anything with it. Joseph comes out. Joseph still has it. And finally, Joseph's, and the referee calls a hold on Joseph. I don't know. He was right there, so can't argue with that. There's no doubt in my mind that he wasn't trying to do that. It's just his hands flailing, but Danbury switches sides. Throw-in is called for Danbury. Robert Sam, he almost got a touch on that, just a little bit too far. Robert gets it. He's between two. Garvin's, as Robert hits the ground. Garvin's still making progress there. Garvin's, and then finally, man steps out and gets the ball from him. And there's Gustavo Guzman stepping up, trying to get that ball away, and he does. The throw-in will belong to the Hornets. And Gustavo Guzman with the throw-in. Back to Yao, who sends it across to Anthony in the center of the field. Anthony I think he was intending to send that to Emmanuel, but Emmanuel didn't get the signal. So, score is tied at 0. 21 and a half minutes left in the first half. Quarterfinal action, 2018-19 state tournament from Danbury, Connecticut. Robert in the middle. And this time, it seems like whenever he gets the ball, a lot of men are going toward him. And even though I did not post that last video as public, maybe they heard about that play where Robert was between 6 opposing players and was still able to score. Maybe that's what's going on here. Robert. They're within 1 touch of making it past the defense here. They start for ball. Oh no. That was ugly. And I don't even know if I had the camera on that at the moment. I had some technical difficulties here, but you do not want to see that happen in this game. They've been playing well so far. No need for something like that. Johan fighting for the ball in the midfield. Danbury is starting to get more possession now. Julio comes out and controls the ball. Switching fields. Emmanuel has the ball. Sends it back to Anthony. To Johan. Back to Yao. Who switches fields. Does not quite make it to Garvin's. Ball goes out of bounds. So Gustavo Guzman will come up for the throw in here.
Let's go! Let's go!
Switching fields. Dante comes up with it to Garbins, who makes progress along the left-hand side of the field. Back to Anthony. Pass is just a little bit too long for Johan there. Wilbert becoming a nuisance to the defense, and he's done that consistently in every game. And he is almost able to gain that ball, and somehow it made it through Emmanuel's legs. Yao changes fields again. The Hornets are being patient. They're not trying long passes over the top, which would be a mark of desperation. They're still keeping it on the ground, trying to control the play, and Wilbert put a hand on the Danbury player. A referee saw it. 0-0 here as we have 17 minutes left to play in the first half. Long ball. Danbury goes and resets their offense again. And Danbury wins that one. Deflected off of Emmanuel for the throw-in. And looks like Danbury is going to have a couple of subs. One thing about the Hornets, I mean, the good thing is that the weather has been cool, so players can last longer out there. But they have not been using many players. There's just a couple of subs here and there, but mostly it's these players that are out here now that have been doing most of the work. If this were summertime, that would not have been possible because they would definitely need a break. Long ball. Danbury player almost seemed like he was offside. He shot off so quickly as soon as the ball was gone, and just like that, East Hartford was making a run back. It's lost. Goes back to the keeper. Switches sides. And it looks like there's a little bit of snow falling here, or something like that. It's white, whatever it is. Dante comes forward. Garvin's on the left. Back to Dante, has some time, loses it, and it'll be East Hartford ball again. Dante into Johan. He's got a little bit of space. Shoots right to the keeper. Nice attempt on goal. Keeper was just where he needed to be for that.
Let's go! Take it!
Dante comes forward with it, pass from Johan. Sends it in, tries to get it to Emmanuel on the right-hand side. Johan resets back to Anthony. And they switch all the way to the other side. Gustavo brings it forward to Emmanuel. And again, East Hartford exercises patience. Joseph sends it back to Yao as Danbury chases. Dante sends it, tries to send it forward to Wilbert, doesn't make it. And Dante's fouled on that play. Referee could have let that one go, but why not call it? Yes, I do think we're getting some kind of snow or something here. But neither rain nor snow nor anything else will stop the East Hartford Hornets from making it to the next round of this tournament. And the keeper is getting his shoes tied at the moment. The clock's still going. So several other players, looks like there's 4 or 5 guys right now tying their shoes. So sure, might as well all do it at the same time. That makes a lot of sense. I don't think I've seen this before. Must be something new in the rules. But why not, you know? Huh? Yeah. Two people still tying their shoes. It's possible that their hands are getting cold and it's harder to grab the laces. It looks like Johan has just been working on his laces for about 15 minutes now. I will have to talk to him about that. We're gonna have a lesson. Robert, through lots of traffic, he's brought down, no call, and Danbury has the throw-in. Referee steps close to Robert to check to make sure he's okay, is satisfied that he is, and play continues. Oof, that was ugly. Yeah. Assistant referee called that one, and rightly so. That was a really dangerous play. He came in with his cleat showing. Even though no damage was done, it could have been. And now Wilbert, he's covered by 2 men. Then there's a third defender who's able to take it away. He's making some, no, he was making some progress. But 5 East Hartford players converged on him. 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Yesterday's game was also scoreless at this point. And he was covered. 2 men on him. He wasn't going anywhere. Ball is lost to second attacker. Gustavo puts his hands on him. But Danbury still has possession and earns a throw-in off the play. And shot from outside. It was going wide, but Julio makes the move to stop that one. Knowing him, he might have just watched it go out and made us get anxious again. But he didn't. Thank you, Julio. And Gustavo puts his hands on the man's back. And the referee called, and rightly so. He's been calling it even. And the ball goes out the sideline, and it'll be East Hartford ball. And so there's a sub on the field. Looks like Emmanuel had come out. Oh, so it's 19th that's back in the game. Oh, I don't have his, I can get it. I can get the name momentarily. I just need to be able to reach into my bag here. And there was a foul on the play. I don't know if my camera was on it. That was number 19. I think his first name is Robert. But I will tell you exactly what his name is in a moment. Ryan Daly. I knew it started with an R. So Ryan Daly is playing on the right, which is where Emmanuel was playing before, and Emmanuel has come to play in the center now, and I believe it's Johan that's come out of the game. Oh, that was such a nice ball. Oh, God. such a dangerous ball. That could have gone in. Wow. The wind? Yeah, the wind took that one, we believe. There's no sun in his eyes or anything. That's been the most dangerous shot of the game so far, and very unexpected. Okay, and referee was going to let the advantage go on here. There is a man on a down for Danbury, so after he sets up Joseph for the free kick, the time has stopped, and Danbury personnel come onto the field. I don't know how well you were able to see that shot on goal because I'm zoomed out quite a bit here. Man is still down. At this point, even if he's okay, he will have to leave the field. One of the things that we discovered at the first game, the first playoff game, is that even the keeper nowadays, when the keeper comes out, somebody must come in to sub in, even if it's just for a minute. I guess the CIAC has decided to err on the side of caution here, rather than take any chances. Also, there's the concussion rule, which just does not leave any room for any kind of error. Emmanuel and Joseph are set up for the free kick. They could actually shoot on goal from here. Emmanuel, short pass on the ground. Danbury controls it and rushes out on the right-hand side, and there is Emmanuel who gets it back. And Danbury was enjoying a little bit of position in the back here, but East Hartford gets it, and Wilbert tries to chase it down the end line, and he's not able to make it. Less than 5 minutes left to play. The score is tied at 0.
Let's go. Let's go.
And the sun has come back out. That must feel nice for the players. Actually, for everybody. Garbins will take the throw in to Robert. Garbins gets it back, sends it to the middle. They got Scoffy that's in the middle there with Ryan. Makes it back. Emmanuel's on the ball. Emmanuel sends it across to Dante.
Let's go.
East Hartford ball. Nope. Nope. It's going the other way. No, referee rules and it's going in that direction. Arguing about who gets the throw in is really not the kind of call that you want to start an argument with. Goal kick, corner kick, penalty kicks. Yeah, those you argue. Actually, no, you shouldn't argue any calls, is what the referee would say. Let me put it differently. Constructively discuss the call with the referee. How about that? Give constructive feedback. Danbury's having trouble getting it out of their half. I'm sure they would be very happy to make it to halftime with a scoreless tie. East Hartford, I'm not so sure they're going to feel the same way. Yao to Anthony. Still enough time on the clock to get a goal here as the first half is coming to an end. Anthony's trying to make the defender react. He stands his ground, and Danbury has a little bit of a chance. Almost stole it from Dante, who sends it to the left very casually to Joseph. One minute left to play here in the first half. Dante jumps up for this one. Anthony has it, sends it to the right. Kofi was running after it, but Danbury intercepted. Long ball. Julio controls it, was offsides anyway. And we have less than 30 seconds left to play. Joseph was going too far forward with the ball. The referee waved him back. This might be the last play of the half. Nice defensive header there. And that's it. So at the end of one half, East Hartford, ranked 19 in this tournament, and Danbury, ranked number 6, are tied at 0. We'll be back in just a few minutes.